If you ever saw a cow standing on your neighbor's rooftop, you'd be justified in wondering how on earth it ended up there. That same sense of disbelief is something archaeologists experience all the time when confronting certain discoveries. And the reason is simple. Not everything we uncovered from the distant past lines up with what modern minds expect to see. Some findings refuse to make immediate sense, challenging logic and familiarity alike. And in this video, we're going to look at the 15 unbelievable archaeological finds that really exist. So let's get started. Number 15. Millions of dog mummies. During the time in ancient Egypt, devotion to Anubis was so extensive that a single catacomb near his sacred temple held nearly 8 million mummified dogs and puppies. This catacomb is located in Saqqara, and which is a major burial ground near ancient Memphis. It served more than spiritual needs. It sustained an entire economy. Over time, many remains were destroyed or stolen, often ground into fertilizer by looters and industrial operations. Even so, archaeologists have recovered enough evidence to confirm how deeply the cult of Anubis shaped Egyptian life. The tomb's ceiling even contains a 48-million-year-old marine fossil, though whether ancient Egyptians recognized its significance remains unknown. Animal cults flourished during the late period, between 747 and 332 BC, involving priests, breeders, and merchants in a vast religious industry. Other catacombs have revealed mummified ibises, hawks, baboons, crocodiles, and even bulls linked to different gods. As researcher Paul Nicholson noted, ancient Saqqara functioned as a living city of ritual, commerce, belief, and death intertwined. Number 14. Mysterious stone labyrinths. What is this thing? That was the first question that crossed my mind when I saw it. According to historians, ancient societies intentionally assembled spiral stone formations, now verified in Karelia and Murmansk. But nowhere are these structures more densely clustered than on Bolshoi Zayatsky Island within the Solovetsky archipelago. This single island alone contains 14 stone labyrinths, with more than 35 spread across the wider region. Some are believed to date back to the 2nd millennium BCE, long before the arrival of the Sami tribes. Nearby, archaeologists uncovered mounds, dolmens, and piles of boulders, confirming human presence as early as the 6th millennium BCE. And the designs vary, appearing as single helix, double spiral, or concentric patterns, with sizes ranging from 5 to 30 meters. None uses mortar, and the stones show no evidence of carving. Ethnographers Vinogradov and Eliseev believed they served ritual purposes, while Soviet archaeologist Nina Gurina proposed they functioned as fish traps. Still, no one truly knows the actual truth. The only certainty is that these ancient structures were not random. They carried meaning we have yet to decipher. Number 13. The Witch Girl of Albena. At the San Calosero complex in Albena, located in Italy, archaeologists uncovered something deeply unsettling. The charred skeleton of a medieval girl buried beneath heavy stones. Her grave wasn't unusual. It radiated fear. She had been burned, not cremated with dignity, but destroyed as though she were a threat. The burial dates between the 9th and 15th centuries. In 2014, additional remains were discovered nearby. Another girl, buried face down, a position meant to prevent the dead from rising. Why such terror? Medical analysis revealed the burned girl suffered from severe anemia, malnutrition, and arrested growth. Pale skin and sunken features would have marked her as strange in an age ruled by superstition. Her body was scorched while still soft, suggesting she was burned alive. The Middle Ages feared what they couldn't explain. Illness became evil, and misfortune meant curses. This wasn't a monster. It was a child condemned by fear. Her grave tells a story of cruelty disguised as protection. Number 12. Giant Maya carvings in Guatemala. In Piton Province, archaeologists found a massive stucco relief carved into the face of a Maya structure. Spanning more than 26 feet wide and 7 feet tall, the artwork dates back over 1,400 years and depicts 3 deified figures, likely rulers or revered spiritual heroes. According to archaeologists, this was not simple decoration, but calculated propaganda etched into stone. Maya society tightly intertwined religion and politics, and this relief almost certainly served a ceremonial purpose. In fact, human bones discovered nearby suggest the site held sacred importance, possibly hosting scary rituals or royal burials. The Maya didn't merely construct buildings, they preserved narratives through stone. Across Guatemala, Mexico, and Honduras, their monuments still testify to scientific precision and artistic mastery. This relief uniquely unites art, authority, and belief. It wasn't symbolic alone, it shaped a ritual landscape. Number 11. Thor's hammer. Well, the name says everything. The discovery of a 10th century Viking artifact finally settled a mystery that had lingered for decades. Across northern Europe, more than 1,000 ancient amulets had been found, believed to represent Mjolnir, the hammer of the Norse god Thor. Yet certainty was missing. Their shapes varied, and none carried inscriptions confirming their purpose. That changed when a similar pendant was discovered earlier this year in Kobelev on Denmark's island of Lolland. This one carried a runic inscription stating plainly, "This is a hammer." Cast in bronze and likely plated with silver, tin, and gold, the 1,100-year-old piece confirmed Thor's powerful influence on Viking jewelry. In Norse belief, Thor ruled thunder, lightning, storms, strength, protection, healing, and fertility. His popularity endured from Roman-era Germania through the Viking Age. During Scandinavia's Christianization, wearing Mjolnir became an act of defiance, preserving pagan identity through belief, adornment, and name. Number 10. The Buddha Mirror. At the Cincinnati Art Museum, a 15th century artifact remained largely overlooked until July 2022. The bronze object, part of the museum's East Asian collection, was later identified as a rare magic mirror, a reflective surface capable of revealing a hidden image when exposed to concentrated light. Under intense illumination, the mirror projects the faint outline of a seated Buddha as an image invisible to the unaided eye. The discovery was made by Dr. Hu-Mei Sung, curator of East Asian art, who recognized the artifact's deeper significance. Inscribed on the reverse of the mirror is the name Amitabha, a central figure in Pure Land Buddhism. Magic mirrors are believed to have originated during the Han Dynasty, more than 2,000 years ago, and later spread throughout East Asia. The technology behind them remains complex even today, relying on precise manipulation of surface relief and light reflection. The mirror had remained in storage since 2017, until a single beam of light finally revealed its true value. Number 9. El Mirador's La Danta Pyramid. The ancient city of El Mirador conceals one of the largest pyramids ever constructed, La Danta. Rising about 236 feet, the massive structure blends almost seamlessly into the surrounding forest, barely visible from a distance. What's even more astonishing is that its volume, totaling just under 100 million cubic feet, places it among the largest ancient constructions on Earth. Built by the Maya civilization over 2,600 years ago, La Danta functioned as more than a religious monument. It was a declaration of engineering dominance. The labor required was staggering, with researchers estimating that more than 15 million workdays went into its completion. It remains the only structure in the city still visible above the jungle canopy, The rest of El Mirador, once a thriving urban center, was abandoned around the 9th century and swallowed by vegetation for nearly 1,000 years. Today, Albena stands as both proof of Maya brilliance and a reminder of how much history remains hidden. Number 8. Ancient giant stone traps of the desert. While flying across the Middle East during the 1920s, British Royal Air Force pilots noticed strange, kite-shaped patterns etched into the desert below. These formations turned out to be enormous stone hunting traps scattered across Israel, Jordan, Egypt, and parts of Turkey. Since then, thousands have been recorded, some stretching for miles across barren terrain. Known as desert kites, these structures consisted of long, low stone walls narrowing into funnels that ended in deep pits or enclosures. Constructed as early as 8000 BCE, they were designed to herd animals such as gazelles into confined spaces where they were captured or killed. And the system relied on landscape awareness and animal behavior rather than advanced tools. In 2011, remains of goitered gazelles were found inside one Syrian kite, confirming their function. Organized hunting groups guided herds toward these funnels, transforming them into mass slaughter mechanisms. Today, desert kites stand as physical evidence of early humans mastering land through cooperation, patience, and strategic intelligence. Now, let's move to number 7. Strange pyramid-shaped tomb. On the southern bank of the Yellow River in Zhengzhou, archaeologists uncovered 2 ancient tombs during excavation for a future housing project. One featured a pyramid-like shape, the other an elongated dome. The primary burial chamber stretched roughly 100 feet, aligned east to west with a sloped entrance, remaining undisturbed for centuries. The larger dome-shaped tomb measured 13 feet across and was likely reserved for a high-ranking individual. A 2-foot opening at its peak hints at ancient looting. The neighboring pyramid-shaped tomb, however, appears untouched, likely overlooked by robbers. Its pointed design is rare among brick tombs, though rounded variations with peaked tops have been documented. The curved walls may reflect symbolic ties to earlier architectural traditions. Although the site has not been officially dated, archaeologists suspect a Han Dynasty origin between 206 BC and 220 AD, based on brick construction and nearby Han-era metalworking remains. What lies within remains unknown, but the structure itself adds a striking chapter to China's funerary history. Number 6. Neanderthal-style stone tools in Yunnan. Last year, archaeologists at the Longtan site in China's Yunnan province made a discovery that's reshaping ideas about ancient human movement. Stone tools resembling the Neanderthal quina tradition, typically associated with Western Europe, were uncovered thousands of miles east of known Neanderthal territory. These scrapers and implements, dated between 50 and 60,000 years old, closely match tools usually found alongside Neanderthal remains in Europe. Davide Del Piano of the University of Ferrara described the find as remarkable, emphasizing how a distinct cultural tradition appeared far beyond its expected range. Several explanations are now being considered. One proposes that Neanderthals themselves traveled much farther east than previously believed. Another theory suggests cultural transmission through Denisovans, who inhabited the region. A third possibility involves independent development by unrelated hominins adapting to similar environmental pressures. Although no Neanderthal fossils were found at Longtan, the technological similarities are striking, raising profound questions about migration, interaction, and shared innovation in prehistoric Asia. Number 5. Medinet Habu Cannon King List. The Temple of Medinet Habu served as the mortuary temple of Rameses III, located on the West Bank at Thebes in Upper Egypt. Many scenes throughout the complex closely resemble those found at the Ramesseum, including the Festival of Min procession. The reliefs remain strikingly preserved, with much of the original color still visible, remarkable for artwork over 3,200 years old. These scenes celebrate the continued authority of the king, depicting offerings presented to the god Min beneath the watchful presence of Ramesses III. Statues of honored ancestors appear within the procession, though certain names, including Siptah, Amenmessa, and Tausret, are notably absent. The relief appears in the upper register of the east wall of the second pylon, and was first roughly sketched by Vivant Dinan in 1802. Later attempts improved accuracy, but missed crucial details. Only in 1940 did the Epigraphic Survey publish a complete rendering. Even today, the scene's omissions and careful repetition raise questions about what Ramesses intended to preserve in history and what he chose to erase. Number 4. The mysterious traces of archaic humans. Sometimes history doesn't change with a discovery, but with a single fragment. Deep inside Denisova Cave in Russia's Altai Mountains, scientists analyzed DNA from a small piece of bone and uncovered a shock. The sample revealed Neanderthal ancestry, but also genetic traces from a previously unknown hominin, now called the Denisovans. The breakdown showed roughly 17% Neanderthal DNA and 4% from an unidentified lineage, exposing an entirely new branch of humanity. Later studies revealed Denisovan DNA still exists in modern Southeast Asian populations, proving ancient interbreeding occurred. Even more surprising, Neanderthal remains were found in the same cave, confirming both groups lived side by side. This shattered the idea of a single out-of-Africa model. Russian academic Anatoly Derevianko proposed a polycentric theory instead, suggesting parallel human evolution across regions. Homo sapiens in Africa, Neanderthals in Europe, Denisovans in Central Asia, and others in China. One cave didn't just add history, it rewrote it. Okay, now let's head over to number 3. Mysterious artifact in a 5,000-year-old tomb. Back in 2024, archaeologists working in China's Inner Mongolia Autonomous Region uncovered a striking jade artifact inside a 5,000-year-old tomb in the city of Shifeng. Measuring roughly 6 inches long and nearly 4 inches wide, the object was discovered beside human remains and an assortment of pottery, including bowls, cups, and tripod vessels. The burial chamber featured a circular layout with a square altar positioned to the south, a design typical of the Hongshan culture, which thrived between 5,000 and 5,100 years ago. While researchers commonly refer to the object as a jade dragon, some scholars challenge that interpretation. Professor Gideon Shelach-Lavi of the Hebrew University of Jerusalem has noted that similar artifacts exist and suggests their symbolic meaning remains unclear. He argues the label dragon may not reflect ancient perspectives. What sets this discovery apart is not only its amazing craftsmanship, but the tomb's dual role as both a burial site and a ritual space. Number 2. The footprints of the gods in Namibia. Stand in Namibia's Namib Desert long enough, and the ground itself starts asking questions. Scattered across the dry landscape are strange, perfectly shaped circles, hundreds of them, stretching for miles. Locals call them fairy circles, and scientists have argued over them since the 1970s. Some researchers believe termites create them through underground colonies that prevent plants from growing. Others argue they form when vegetation competes for scarce water, organizing itself into survival patterns. Another theory links the circles to decaying toxic euphorbia plants that alter the soil. Local legends tell a different story, speaking of spirits dancing or visitors from elsewhere. In 2014, similar patterns were found in Australia's Pilbara region, though those were tied to erosion rather than life. Back in Namibia, the puzzle remains. Recent studies suggest overlapping biological and environmental causes. Still, no explanation fits everything. Number 1. Roman battering rams. In 2021, marine archaeologists discovered 4 ancient Roman naval battering rams near Ustica Island, close to Palermo, Italy. These bronze weapons, known as rostra, are believed to date back to 241 BCE, during the final stage of the First Punic War. Historians associate them with the Battle of the Aegates, a decisive Roman victory over Carthage that brought the conflict to an end. These rams were vital tools of naval warfare, designed to smash and disable enemy ships during close combat. Greek historians Polybius and Diodorus Siculus both documented the battle, describing the Roman fleet's overwhelming success, sinking more than 50 Carthaginian vessels and capturing over 70. Ironically, Carthage initially possessed the stronger navy, forcing Rome to imitate its ship designs. However, Rome's innovation, adding battering rams, shifted the balance completely. Had Carthage adopted similar tactics earlier, the outcome may have been different. Instead, these rams now remain as lasting evidence of Roman engineering and their rise as a dominant Mediterranean power. If you've enjoyed this video, be sure to like it, share it, and subscribe. Thanks for hanging with us, and we'll see you very soon in the next one.